Today we're going to be hopefully starting a new series in which we are going to be exploring a fascinating story, and that is of the Hobbit, right? So maybe an appropriate name for this show is The Hobbit and Baseball. Now, it's a work in progress. I'm trying out new ideas. I'm trying to figure out how to be of value to society, which shouldn't be that hard, right? But apparently it is. So this is a work in progress. It's not and I would like to take you guys through that journey. So currently I am working on an essay, and the working title is an essay on the foundations of adventure stories through J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. I know it's a snoozer, right? It's not a title that will be appealing if you saw it at a Barnes and Noble's bookstore. But it serves the purpose of at least outlining what the paper is about. That's not going to be the final title. If it's going to be if this was going to be delivered to a peer review academic committee, then those are the titles that are most appropriate for that format. But to deliver these ideas to a format that is accessible and appealing to a general crowd, we have to make it a bit more pop. We have to be more current and relevant, which is why I'm dressed like a baseball coach, right? So in this essay, which currently I have it at 5,000 words, and I just have to go through the editing and make it like a work of art, right? So I would like to use this format of video format to explain the ideas. So these ideas are based around the Hobbit story, right? Tolkien's The Hobbit, which is a classic tale. And what I would like to do is point out and outline the foundational ideas that are contained within this story that make it a classic one, right? Now, if you're hearing this for the first time, it may be a bit esoteric, right? Meaning it's far out. It's strange, right? It's strange, but it sounds familiar, and that is one of my jobs since we're using here a baseball analogy in this episode as a coach, right? Is to make this more accessible. Stories like this are very important to our culture and our society, and although they deliver a simple message, it is a message that many people in society have not even heard about. And one of the things that stories like this aim to do is to propose a map, right? So some ideas that we're going to be covering are, the centrality of a work, right? Traditions, the importance of traditions, the maps, right? There's a lot of maps that are available in various different genres, and the Hobbit story does have one map that we can work with. There's concepts like the Shire, which is a creative term developed by Tolkien, the author, and fairy, right? A foundational term in that genre. Eagles, dragons, caves. It's this story, which is essentially a children's story, right? But scholars have taken interest in it, where graduate students are creating graduate level master thesis and even writing dissertations, PhD dissertations on stories like this, or similar stories like this. So in this initial video, I just wanted to introduce this new series in which we are going to be covering the story arc of The Hobbit and relating it to modern day pop culture like music, sports. We might even go into a club life, church life, aspects of our culture that we are familiar with. And my goal as a coach is to draw the bridge between the classic stories and the way that we are doing things now at the modern levels of popular culture. I'll try to keep these videos between 20 minutes and 30 minutes and try to be as precise as possible and deliver the points, which I probably didn't do too well in this first video. But it is a work in progress, and we will improve. I mean, that's the idea, is that the more that we do this, the better that we get at it. So welcome to this adventure.